welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe. So today we're going to bake chocolate muffins. So we're going to try baking. I'm using 4 spoons of butter, and then I'm going to use a spoon of yeast. I'm going to use chocolate spread instead of cinnamon sugar, and then I'm going to use a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use 2 cups of flour, and then I'm going to use half cup of warm milk. It's warm, not hot. So we're going to start by mixing our wet ingredients. So that's milk and an egg. I don't know why I broke my egg like that, but don't worry, the shell didn't get in there, guys. So I'm going to mix that together, and just make sure your milk stays warm so that your yeast can be activated. Okay, so now I'm going to try and mix in butter, and my butter was a bit cold because it was in the fridge the whole time. So if you're going to try this recipe, just make sure you take out your butter in time so that it's at room temperature, and you don't have to add warm water like I did on the video, to make sure that the mixture stays warm, right? So yeah, guys, I'm going to try the recipe, and I'm going to try and add more baking lessons on my channel, as I'm still learning how to bake myself. Okay, so now that that's fine, I'm going to add in my dry ingredients. So that's 2 cups of flour, but I actually did use more because my batter was too wet. So I added, I think, a half cup of flour again. So you can use like 2.5 cups or 3. That should be fine. Otherwise, you'll just do it like me, like gradually add it after you've mixed and see that the texture is not what it should be. Okay, guys, so mix again too. As you can see how wet that is, so I have to make it a little bit hard. We are looking for a soft dough that is not sticky. So just mix and make sure that the batter is not too wet. Amaskonzo or your rolls are going to be nice. So I'm using a chocolate spread. You can use Nutella if you want to try out that recipe, or you can use the cinnamon sugar, the popular cinnamon sugar that we see everywhere in the videos on the internet. So you can try that out as well, but I'm not a fan of cinnamon, so I'm using this chocolate spread. Okay, guys, so I'm using this dough mixer. So I bought a dough mixer. If you don't have a dough mixer, that's fine. You just have to knead until it's not sticky. Actually, after taking it out from this bowl, after kneading with the machine, I realized that I had to like add a little bit more flour because it was still sticky in the inside and it was going to be soggy if I agree oven. So I did actually knead a little bit with my hands as well. As you can see now, I'm showing you the dough is like mixed well, but I have to just check the texture and everything. So it is soft as it should be, but as I was kneading, it just got more and more sticky. So I realized then I have to add a flour. So I think the rule of thumb could be, after kneading for 8 minutes and it's still sticky, then you have to add a little bit of flour. Otherwise, just keep on kneading, guys. Okay, so I'm going to do that until I'm satisfied, and then I'll just show you the final texture. Here's that dog again, guys. So if you hear the dog, just excuse or skip that part because it's been barking the whole day. Okay, guys, so now we're going to prepare for rolling the flour. Just make sure you flour your rolling pin so that your flour doesn't stick on it. And also just add some flour on top of the flour. Don't mix it in, but on top of the flour so that it doesn't stick on the table, guys. Okay, what we're trying to do is rolling out a square, right? So I'm not good with shapes, guys, so a square didn't come out. But if you can, just roll out a square. Otherwise, I mean, we're going to freestyle. We're going to roll it however we can with the shapes we get, because I don't know what shape that is. Is it a circle? Is it an oval? I don't know. It was supposed to be square though. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on rolling. Don't roll it too thin, but it must be thin enough so it doesn't puff up too much in the oven. Okay guys, the dough is ready, so just add spread sakho. Add a thin layer, like ungayenzi ibe thick kakhulu, because if it melts izoyenza idough yakho ukuthi ibe soggy, ingaphekeki. So just add a thin layer for taste, and that will be fine. These are really good muffins that you can have in the morning with tea and stuff. So I'm just going to add my spread. As you can see how thin the layers are, and then I'm just going to make sure all the edges are covered and everything is just nice. And then I'm going to fold. So I'm going to fold it twice. As you see, I'm showing it to you. And also just keep on lifting your dough, guys. As you can see, mine was trying to stick a little bit on my table because I didn't lift it enough to make sure there's air and it doesn't stick. It doesn't get too much moisture and stick. Okay, so now I'm rolling it flat. As you can see, now it is a rectangle. Now it's fine and it's rolled out. It has a spread inside, and then I'll just be cutting pieces and braiding them to make those muffins, guys. Also, I cut off the ends and did them later because they were too thick and there wasn't space to like flatten them nicely. So as you can see, I'm just cutting that out. So now I'm going to cut into small pieces, small rectangular pieces, guys. And then yeah, I'm just going to like make them a little bit long. When you pick them up, the dough will just stretch out. And then I'll just cut twice at the center and braid and then roll out. Then they'll be fine. Another thing maybe I should give you as a tip is try and maybe let the dough rest before you do this. So I did it the other way around. That's why like my braiding was not so prominent after I've baked. So just let your dough sit for an hour before doing all this rolling out and braiding and stuff and adding the spread, so that when you braid, your braid can be visible after you've baked your muffin. Because I let mine rest in a pan after braiding them, and then they just puffed up. Yeah, so that's another lesson learned. Otherwise, just be doing that for all of your muffins and let them rest for an hour. Let them rise in a warm space, and then you put them in the oven. As you can see, guys, they're puffing up. This was 30 minutes after I've let them rise. So after this, I'm just going to put them in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes at 180 degrees C, and they'll be fine. And here's the final product, guys. Look at how beautiful they look. Look at how beautiful they look, and they smell very nice. They did smell nice, and the shape did come out nice, although I wasn't so happy with the braiding. As I've told you guys, I let them sit in the pan and rest in the pan before baking them, so they puffed up. But that was fine. I think the design was still fine, and they came out the way I wanted them to come out like. So please, guys, try this recipe and let me know what you think of it. If you like it, if you've tried it, and if you've tried it with cinnamon, did you like it? Or Nutella, or any other spread you guys know that can be applicable here. Just let me know in the comment section. Let's talk. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends and family. Yeah, and then you can make these buns or muffins with them. If you don't like, or if you don't have a muffin rack, you can just put them on a casserole, and then you get the other piece shown on the side, like that flat bun. And then, guys, the winner is Lemohang Masiu for the contest I was running. I'm going to email her. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.